Chad Kinney, the chairman of the Willacy County Navigation District Board, back in August. But after campaigning, he successfully defeated Kinney and was sworn in earlier today as the board's new chairman. Kennedy says that he's not opposed to commercial development, but moving cargo through the Port Mansfield area just doesn't make sense for the small community.
So there was a big concern about industrializing the port to the point that they were looking at doing, and then maybe trying to find something that makes a little bit more sense for the port to try to keep it Port Mansfield. My opinion's always been, if Port Mansfield was such a hot spot for commerce, we ought to have them lined up wanting to get in here, and we don't.
And the new chairman says that he will work with the Navigation District, which controls Port Mansfield, and he's looking to be more transparent and looking forward to working with the rest of the board to make it all happen.
Now, this is a story we've been tracking for over a year now. Tonight, we're going in depth for the history of Port Mansfield. Willacy County built Port Mansfield in the 40s. It was open for business in the 50s, and not much has changed in the last 6 decades. Port Mansfield became known as a fishing town. However, the Navigation District began to look for ways to commercialize it, something that Eric Kennedy, who we just heard from and is now the president of the Port Mansfield Utility District Board and the chairman of the Willacy County Navigation Board, wants to make sure it didn't happen. He says this will impact more people than you think.
You know, I was surprised how many people in Raymondville actually come to port. Probably 90% of them, either they come to port or somebody in their family comes down there. They like to come down there and go to the piers and go fishing. A lot of them have boats that recreational fish. They come down to look at the deer. So there was a big concern about industrializing the port.
Kennedy says he's not opposed to commercial development, but the Navigation District needs to focus on projects that make sense for Port Mansfield.